think July means the gardening season is over. That's the mistake most people make every single year. They plant in spring, harvest a little, then they quit. The garden gets left empty, dry, and wasted right in the middle of the best growing conditions of the year. But experienced gardeners know something different. July is not the end of the season. It's actually the second planting window. Here's why it works. The soil is at its warmest point all year. Seeds that struggled for weeks in spring now germinate in just a few days. Plants grow faster, stronger, and often cleaner because pests and cold stress are lower in late summer. And there's another secret most people miss. Many vegetables actually taste better when they mature in cooling autumn weather. The plant stores more sugars, especially in roots and leafy greens. Today, you're going to see 10 vegetables you can still plant in July that will feed you well into fall. Some grow in under 30 days, some survive frost, and one of them has a deadline so strict that missing it means waiting until next year. Let's start. Number 10, bush beans. Bush beans are one of the fastest comeback crops you can plant in July. Most people plant them once in spring and forget about them. That's a mistake. In warm July soil, beans germinate fast and grow aggressively. You can get a full harvest in about 50 to 60 days. The key is moisture. If the soil dries during germination, the seeds fail. So keep the top layer consistently damp for the first week. Once they sprout, mulch them lightly and harvest often. The more you pick, the more the plant produces. Number 9, cucumbers. By July, many cucumber plants from spring are already slowing down. Leaves get yellow, disease starts creeping in, and production drops. That's when smart gardeners restart. Fresh cucumber plants planted in July often outperform old vines because they grow into the cooler part of the season when stress is lower. The secret is vertical growth. A simple trellis improves airflow, reduces disease, and makes harvesting easier. Pick cucumbers regularly. If one grows too big, the plant slows down production.
Number 8, radishes. Radishes are the definition of fast food from your garden. Some varieties go from seed to harvest in just 3 weeks. But here's something most people don't realize. Radishes grown in cooler late summer conditions are sweeter and less sharp than summer ones. Instead of planting everything at once, sow small batches every week. That way you get a steady harvest instead of one overwhelming rush. Number 7, carrots. Carrots are simple but tricky in July. The problem is germination. Tiny seeds sit in the top layer of soil and July heat dries it out quickly. Here's the solution. After planting, cover the soil with a board or cardboard to lock in moisture. Remove it the moment you see sprouts. That one step can double your success rate. And the reward? Carrots grown into cool autumn nights become naturally sweeter as sugars concentrate in the root. Number 6, lettuce. Lettuce fails in summer for one reason: heat. It bolts, turns bitter, and people assume it can't be grown in July. But that's not true. The trick is timing and shade. Start seeds in cooler conditions or shaded areas. Keep soil moist and protect young plants from direct heat. As temperatures drop, lettuce becomes sweet, crisp, and fast-growing again. Harvest outer leaves instead of whole heads for continuous production. Number 5, Swiss chard. Swiss chard is the survival crop of leafy greens. It handles heat, survives cooling temperatures, and keeps producing long after other greens fail. Plant it in July and you'll get baby leaves in about 30 days. Then it just keeps going. You can harvest it again and again without killing the plant. It doesn't care about weather swings, it just grows. Number 4, beets. Beets are one of the most underrated July crops. Fall-grown beets are sweeter than spring ones because cold weather increases sugar concentration in the root. But there's one important step. Thin them early. Each beet seed produces multiple sprouts. If you don't thin them, they compete and stay small. Give each plant space and you'll get full, sweet roots, plus edible greens.
Number 3. Kale. Kale is where the fall garden starts to become powerful. It survives frost, it survives cold, and it actually tastes better after it gets cold. That's because frost converts starch into sugar, improving flavor. You don't harvest it all at once. You pick the outer leaves and let the plant keep producing for months. One plant can feed you for an entire season. Number 2. Spinach. Spinach is the hardest to start in July, but one of the most rewarding. The problem is heat. Spinach seeds won't germinate well in hot soil. The solution is timing or pre-sprouting seeds in cooler conditions. Once established, spinach becomes one of the most cold-tolerant greens you can grow. It can survive frost, continue through fall, and even restart in early spring. One planting can give you multiple harvest cycles. Number 1. Collard greens. Collard greens are the most powerful cold-season vegetable you can plant in July. While everything else slows down or dies in frost, collards keep growing. They are tougher than kale and more resilient than almost any leafy green. But here's the real reason they're number 1. They improve in flavor after frost. Cold weather removes bitterness and turns them sweeter and softer. You don't harvest the whole plant. You harvest leaves continuously for months. Even when the garden is frozen, collards can still be standing there feeding you. That's why they are the ultimate survival green. And that's the 10 vegetables you must plant in July before it's too late. If you wait too long, you miss the second growing season completely, and you're stuck waiting until next year. But if you act now, your garden can keep producing fresh food all the way into fall. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel, Nature Truth YT, and stay tuned for more real gardening knowledge. See you in the next one.